Hey everybody out there in the internet world and the comic community, welcome back to this week's Dark Avenger comic book review on the 4th of July celebration.
You know?
This is the last video for the celebration and we're 5 minutes away from the end of the 4th of July. But anyway, Batman Incorporated issue 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Talia Head's origin and why all of a sudden she's going after Batman. The retelling is okay.
I'm just saying because it's
that bad.
But as Comic Noob said on Twitter, I agree. First issue was good. Second issue just bored me to death. And it's going to be a lot of explaining and whatnot, and how Batman and her met, how her and Batman had sex, and how Batman was hairy at one time.
I'm a Batman fan. Oh, it was disgusting.
And disturbing.
Yeah. And you find out that Damian wasn't killed in the last part. Big spoiler. Damian's not dead from the first issue. Goodbye. Very nice. Moving on.
Yes, please.
Aquaman issue 10 continues the telling of the feud between Black Manta and Aquaman. How Black Manta and Aquaman are like kind of enthralled in this epic revenge. Aquaman wants revenge for Black Manta killing his father, and Black Manta now wants revenge for Aquaman killing his father. So it's one big feud that basically is explained throughout this entire book. While in the present, Aquaman is fighting Black Manta, but Black Manta manages to get the Atlantean relic away from I forget her name.
Manta?
No, Black Manta got it away from, I forgot her name. Some character that to me doesn't really know.
You can say the one.
I don't even think I could pronounce her name, that's why it's like
Something that's her?
Yawara.
Wow.
And he goes off, and big spoiler here, in the last page of this issue, it's Black Manta showing up where Mira and Shin are, and it says next issue, The Secret of Shin. So 10 issues later, we're still in origin stories for Aquaman. I'm enjoying Aquaman, but man, between all these origin stories, man, it's just getting to the point where it's like, okay, this was supposed to be where Aquaman goes in search for Atlantis. So far, all I've seen is the reintroduction of Black Manta, the background story to Black Manta, and now in the next issue, I'm going to learn about Shin and how Shin ended up the way he is in present day, and from the past to present day, what happened to Shin from the day he met Arthur, aka Aquaman. Whatever happened to finding Atlantis?
I like when he pauses and he does that.
Whatever happened? That was the whole point.
Didn't they ever find out about that?
No, I mean maybe the way Black Manta is collecting all the relics, maybe, you know, when he gets them all, he'll find old Atlantis. But I mean,
but it's 10 issues. They should have found out by now. I know. Believe me. I
know. You told me.
So I mean, it's really good. I'm not saying I hate it, but I'm getting every comic I'm reading lately is origin stories, and Green Lantern New Guardians is good. The Blue Lanterns are under attack still from the Blue Beetles, or whatever the army is called, I forget. I have a very sneaking suspicion that Gantha's the one that sent the army, not Larfleeze, but they believe it's Larfleeze. The other Lanterns show up to help protect Saint Walker and the other Blue Lanterns. Unfortunately, the ending is kind of sad, though, because they are all forced to retreat in the end. They can't win, and there is a declaration by Saint Walker, which is kind of wow, that they're going to take out Larfleeze once and for all, to be continued in the next issue. There's big stuff brewing against the Guardians. The Third Army's coming in issue 11 or 12 of Green Lantern, I believe. Or maybe it was issue 10. I don't remember.
Yes.
No, we already did issue 10 of Green Lantern, so I don't know, but I know it's coming, and it's going to be real soon. So it's going to be at the end of this year, going into the beginning of next year. I can't wait for it. I'm trying to find some good artwork to show you guys, and I don't want to give away the last page. That I get this one. Really good artwork, though. I'm enjoying it. It's new, I believe. It's a newer kind of artwork. So I am enjoying New Guardians. This is definitely one of the books that's staying, regardless of me dropping 85 to 90% of my DC Comics. Green Lantern books, all 3 are staying, absolutely. So no worries to anybody who's worried about me dropping any Green Lantern books. I'm thoroughly enjoying all 3 Green Lantern books, so I'm going to be holding on to them for a very long time. Thank you, God. Give me a rest. Michael's book is next, and then we get the best book from DC, in my opinion, this week.
Okay, from DC, Justice League Dark, issue number 10. We enter the House of Mystery. From the last issue, they found the Book of Magic, and now they're going to the House of History to find out what this contains. Now,
don't look at me. I don't know nothing about what you're talking about.
I know. I'm just making sure you're,
paying attention.
Well, not paying attention. Just what I'm going to say for this issue. This issue has lots of twists and turns. First of all, as a spoiler, Bennett leaves the group because John Constantine gets a little bit too and they set to follow it to go to iVampire number 10.
So he's going to be an iVampire.
Yeah, he just left, and all that. But long story short, you get to know the House of History and what it contains.
Mystery.
Yeah, mystery.
You said history.
Mystery, I meant sorry. History, mystery, tomatoes. Anyway, yeah.
There's a big difference between mystery and history.
Okay.
Santana has a vision of how...
You saying history?
In the comic book, I'm going to whack you with this comic book, she has a vision of John Constantine of backstabbing his team and Big Apocalypse from the Book of Magic when he gets a reveal, because it has amazing powers that could take over like so many things. It's like really, really strong. Give some artwork. Yeah, this is where Bennett leaves the group and all that.
Bye, Bennett.
Yeah. But it's leading into like something to look forward to. Like there's just so many things that, like I said, twists and turns. There's a spoiler. Actually, no, I'm not going to spoil it. Something gets released when, they left John Constantine alone in the dining room or stuff like that, and things don't look too good for what was released from the magic. And then it goes after the person...
Wait, who is that?
He's...
Who's that?
That? Oh, he's the person that does like all these magic spells. He's part of ARGUS, Argus, whatever that's called. And this guy questions, what is his name? Like this person who knows about what was released. I can't know his name for the life of me.
Colonel Trevor. Wow.
No, not Colonel Trevor. Yeah, well, Trevor's in it. Yeah, Colonel Trevor asks questions to him about what this magic thing he talks about, and in the end, the things that were released go after Trevor. And who it is, you have to find out. To be continued. Next issue, Assault on Argus. Guys, this issue was really, really good. And it also shows the back page of
they're all doing that
Jonah Hex.
Because Tony DeZu, he died. Tony DeSugia.
Yeah, it's on this page if you want to just check. Yeah, may he rest in peace and all that. Even though I dropped All-Star Western, Jonah Hex. But yeah, but beside the point, the whole thing was excellent. You should get it. 10 issues in. It's looking good. And let's see if John Constantine is going to either be with the team or will Zatanna be right about that. And the House of Mystery continues in the next issue and what have you.
How much you want to bet next issue Mike's going to call it the House of History again?
Just go with the next
last comic from DC Comics, and I really, really love this one. Before Watchmen, Night Owl, issue 1. It's the change from the first Night Owl from the Minutemen to the Night Owl from Watchmen. And it explains how he figured out who the Night Owl was, and hold on, let me get it right. Basically, how Daniel figures out who the Night Owl is, and how he tracked him, and then Night Owl trains him, and he thinks that Night Owl's training him to be his sidekick. Turns out, in the end, Night Owl was training him to be his replacement because he retires. Several years later, bada bing, the new Night Owl appears, and he also starts to team up with Rorschach, who comes out of nowhere. He's like, you got a nice ship, you got a nice costume, you got nice gadgets, you got everything. You know what you need? You need a partner. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh. Lots of toys, but you're missing something. Partner. I love Rorschach. I'm just a huge fan of Rorschach, even though we all know what happens to him at the end of Watchmen, with the whole Kaplooey and whatnot. And it actually ends where where it's the scene where Comedian burns down the Crime Busters meeting, whatnot, and everybody walks off and follows Night Owl and Rorschach. And there's also a little tidbit to how the Silk Spectre and Night Owl have that chemistry starting, even though we all know in Watchmen it's like years later where they finally get together. I really like this. This is definitely, I think this is my favorite out of all 4 books from this month, with before Watchmen. I can't wait for the next issue. Unfortunately, it's only 4 issues long. I was hoping this would be a 6-issue series. I would really like that.
Oh, it's
but
6 issues each?
Has Andy Kubert, Joe Kubert, J. Mike Straczynski, who I did not really enjoy him on the last Spider-Man. Remember when J. Mike Straczynski was doing Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
He did 1 or 2 good ones, then he had 1 or 2 bad ones.
Well, there is a good and a bad.
Right, but J. Mike Straczynski and the Kuberts are spot on in this book. I loved it. The artwork was good. The story was amazing. Absolutely check it out. Going into Marvel. First off, really quickly, if you want this week, you can check out a Amazing Fantasy 15 reprinting, the first Spider-Man comic.
That's really good cover.
There is a free digital download code in it. I did not redeem it yet. I'm probably going to hold on to it and do a contest for the free digital download code in this book. The artwork is not the original artwork from whenever the original Spider-Man was released. It's redone artwork.
90s it was released. Wasn't it?
Amazing Fantasy was released back in
Amazing Fantasy. Oh no, like it was.
Okay.
I thought you were meaning something else. Oh. I don't remember.
But yes, I guess they released this for the and then they also advertised for the Marvel Masterworks Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 and Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1. I would love to get the Omnibus. The only problem is it's sold out.
Is that Alex Ross cover on the left?
Yeah, on the Omnibus, it's Alex Ross.
Really good.
Oh yes. So that is this. It's a reprinting of the first Spider-Man. I just wanted to grab it because I don't have the first Amazing Fantasy, and it's nice to see some updated artwork in it. I don't think I'm going to redeem it digitally. I think I'm going to hold on to the code and do something. Next is you again.
Yes. Alright, Marvel, we go to X-Men Legacy, issue number 269, tying to Avengers vs. X-Men. Oh my. This issue, you see from the cover, it has Rogue and Miss Marvel, who meet up with each other, and it's not that she's looking for a fight. Miss Marvel actually was trying to talk to Rogue about something, and Rogue's like saying, you're an enemy, I know you came here to fight me, and she kind of gets a little bit temper tantrum in this issue, Rogue.
Who?
Rogue.
Why?
Because she thinks that Miss Marvel came to fight her because, she's an Avenger, and the X-Men, Avengers, and she's trying to talk to her saying that, you're not like this, because we've worked together for so many years and all that stuff, and, and she's trying to put sense. Rogue actually gets Iceman's powers, and she uses his powers throughout this issue. Just want to point that out there.
That's a nice picture.
Yeah, this is a nice artwork right
Ice
here.
Punch.
Ice Punch indeed. So, they just fight, and she tries to get sense into her, and she doesn't really want to listen, and she gets angry, and spoilers, Rogue wins by turning Miss Marvel into ice, and then Magic, who is did I get her name right?
Yeah, Magic.
Yeah, Magic, the teleporter, comes in, and she has a not so special place for Miss Marvel in the ending. And Rogue is kind of not liking it because
Shocked.
is shocked too because she wants to get the point across to Rogue and she didn't listen, and now the ending page, wait till you see what's the end, and it's to be continued. Here is the next issue, which is on this page right here.
Looks like some of the X-Men are going to start defecting back to the Avengers.
But really great issue, guys, with Rogue and Miss Marvel interaction. Yeah, really great and epic fight, and you guys should really check out this issue as far as more issues to come for X-Men Legacy. And let's see what's in store for Miss Marvel. You know, this is bad for the Avengers because now they lost, remember, with that thing that they put her in. But I can't tell you what, you guys see the last page to find out. Sorry I'm not giving spoilers, I just want you guys to really see the issue.
Wolverine and the X-Men, issue 12. Still getting used to Bichello's artwork, but beside the point, Rachel Gray is on the hunt. For those of you who read the last issue of Avengers vs. X-Men, you know the Scarlet Witch took Hope and the Avengers and left the X-Men, the Phoenix X-Men's utopia. So now the X-Men want to find Hope and take her back. Hope wanted to leave, so now basically it goes from the Avengers looking like the bad guys to the X-Men, whom we all knew from the beginning were bad guys anyway. Well, not bad guys, they were just, they'll be the ones being...
Well, it was really Cyclops who started this war to begin with.
Yes. So Rachel Gray goes after Wolverine to find out where Hope is. A fight between the X-Men and the Avengers happened. Kid Omega makes short work of a couple of people. Beast versus Iceman was whoa. And Quicksilver gets outdone by Kid Omega also. It jumps back and forth to Rachel talking with Cyclops. Now Cyclops is like, you know, this is the right thing to do. We need to get her back. You're not being a hound. You're just trying to find Hope. She finally does find Hope, spoiler alert, at the end of the book, but she lets her go. And she tells Cyclops she lost her. However, I forget his name.
He looks familiar.
Can't remember his name. Kid Omega's father shows up. And he's going after the X-Men, to be continued. Really good. I'm looking forward to the next issue.
You're really coming out with amazing tie-ins of Avengers versus X-Men.
I'm loving
X-Men,
it.
yeah.
Next issue is by Aaron and Bradshaw, so maybe Chris Pichello's artwork won't be in the next issue, so little break from the Chris Pichello artwork, which is actually pretty good. I like his artwork's okay, but it's very hard to get into it. Yeah, it's free digital download code. I already redeemed this and a couple others, but really good. Highly recommend Wolverine side of the X-Men right now, because Cyclops' side is just boring me to death. Mighty Thor, issue 16. Long story short, the All-Mother helps Thor snap out of what he was put under in the dream world, and helps him realize somebody has to help him get out of he has to get out of the dream world and stop the mares. Turns out Hela's actually a slave to the mares herself, and the Enchantress actually saves Hela by destroying the mare, and she wakes up. She goes to Asgard, and it turns out everybody in Asgard is under the mare's spell except for one person, Thor. To be continued in the next issue, where it's Thor versus the Enchantress and Beast. And there's a bunch of stuff that happens in the middle of the book that I left out, but you absolutely want to read this book. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm really loving this Thor book. I'm loving the artwork too. The artwork's really, really good. I would show the last page, but
that one's gonna be some August 2000.
Oh yeah, don't miss Hawkeye issue number 1 coming out in August. I'm getting it. I'm already ready to go for that one. See, this is another reason why. August 2001. Are you telling me they're gonna release Hawkeye issue 1 in August and then reboot him in 2 months? or dare I say 4 months.
Did you say
So
2001?
This is 2001. I was
2012.
Ah,
sorry,
somebody's
myself,
messing up, see?
Yeah.
And she
Wait,
says
when
history
did I say
mystery.
2001? When did I say 2001?
You did.
You did, you said 2001.
I was like, well,
Yeah, because I said August. Yeah. Anyway, besides the point, they're gonna go all the way to Hawkeye issue 4 and then reboot it to issue 1 again. Of course, they're not gonna do. That's because I was saying issue 1. That's probably why it's 2001.
Okay.
I don't think so. So
That's
my point actually stands that they're not going to be rebooting. They're probably just going to be adding new titles and relaunching new, older titles that aren't around anymore. I don't see them profoundly changing the Marvel universe like everybody's afraid they're going to do. I think that they're going to just change a couple of things in the current universe. The history is going to stand. I'm sorry, but I think the history is definitely going to stand. Everything's going to be, for the most part, okay. We'll see what happens. As I said, from October to February, I will be getting Hawkeye issue 1 though, as well as Gambit issue 1 coming out.
It does look like it's going to be a good one.
Amazing Spider-Man, just in time for the movie, ironically. Issue 688. Yeah, I knew I was in the 600s. You thought Amazing Spider-Man was in the 800s. 688.
I didn't hear about this.
And in this issue, Spidey goes up against the Lizard. He's like, I didn't make the Lizard a priority, and now a bunch of people are dead because I put him on the side burner for other things, and I thought him to be not a, what do you call it, not an issue.
Oh, wow,
there's a huge fight. Morbius is in this too. Carly, I was so happy.
Oh,
we
no.
didn't hear, oh yeah.
No.
We didn't hear from Carly in about
Since Spider Island.
Since Spider Island, let's say that. Since Spider Island, and here she is.
I thought she died. No.
Oh no, her and Mary Jane have a huge friendship now. Oh yeah, they're best friends. They're like they got their own little club of Spider-Man's ex-girlfriend. So they talk all the time.
Oh no.
I love how Mike's getting upset, and this isn't even
Because
his line.
I thought I'd never see this.
So it jumps from the past to the present. Mary Jane is throwing a party at her new club, and she says it's for Peter. Turns out Pete has to leave. Oh, here we go! As of August, Gambit #1. I knew I'd find a comic with the advertisement. Gambit #1, August 2012.
Well, you got me back.
And they're not going to renumber Gambit either. So. Oh, and for those of you like me who are getting Wolverine issue 310 next week, and you're wondering, wait a minute, where's issue 309? Don't worry, issue 309 is coming out in 2 weeks. They're releasing 310 before 39. I don't know why.
That's a real mix-up.
That's
Weird.
stupid. They're releasing Wolverine 310 to start the Sabretooth Reborn, and then issue 309 is going to be a story that took place in the past.
Yeah, but how did that's
so weird. Like,
I guess
Now
the
they're gonna be
release
jumping numbers
I
now?
guess the release dates were screwed up, and they released 310 before 309. So in the end, basically, they save Doc Connors and turn him human again. However, in his mind, it's like Connors is dead, and for what you have done to me, the Lizard will make you pay. Because in other words, his mind is still the Lizard's. In his mind, he's like, I warned you, but you wouldn't listen. Connors is dead. So in his mind, he's still the Lizard. His body is human again, but his mind is still stuck in Lizard. So, that's wow. So, up to you guys, but I'm enjoying it. Dan Slott hasn't been off yet. I'm looking forward to the story with Alpha coming out in August.
Ah, yes.
My favorite one from the month of June, of the last week of June, Spider-Man issue 2. In 2 weeks, we get issue 3. In this issue, it's Peter Parker versus Miles Morales. Pete's going crazy trying to figure out where the heck he is. In the end, though, I didn't know Miles Morales had a sting touch. You touch him and he could sting you with just a touch. That's kind of...
Well, I never read the Ultimate Spider-Man to know that.
Yeah, so Pete unmasks Miles Morales, and then Miles unmasks Pete after knocking Pete out, and then it turns out he doesn't know what to do, so he takes Pete. He takes Pete to Nick Fury. I love the long explanation he gives on this page. That's a huge explanation, and of course, Nick Fury believes him, and he knows it. And Nick Fury is reminiscing about young Peter Parker, and he knows that this Peter Parker is from a different universe, so they got to figure out how to get him back there. And He's like, Miles is the expert on Peter Parker. Ask him about what happened to our Peter Parker. And we all know that this universe is Peter Parker's dead. And I love how Spider-Man's like, tell me, is Peter Parker dead? And then the helicopter explodes, and lo and behold, the Ultimate Universe Mysterio. To be continued.
Looked like Dormammu for a second.
I am really enjoying this series. This is a bunch of talking and funny and cool stuff that happens throughout the entire middle of this book. However, that's for you guys to read. I already redeemed my free digital download code. I will not be sharing the Spider-Man digital download code as a prize because I'm enjoying it and I want to have the books actually on my iPod anyway. So beside the point, there's no free digital. The only one that I didn't redeem was the one for the Amazing Fantasy 15. So we'll see about a contest in a week or two. However, I would highly recommend you guys check this out. If you're Spidey fans, this is an awesome crossover so far. I'm enjoying it. I mean, you could disagree with me, but I'm liking it. It's fun. It crosses over the Ultimate U with the regular U. And I love how in this issue, Peter Parker actually says it's a good thing you're not a younger version of me or else I'd freak out. It'd be funny if this was a year ago today, it would have been the younger version of him, and it would have been cooler actually, in my opinion, for him to meet up with a younger version of himself. But you never know in the Ultimate Universe. In the Ultimate Universe, you never know. Maybe the original Peter Parker will come back. The Ultimate Universe Peter Parker will come back at some point. But as Bendis said, in the Ultimate Universe, dead is dead. So
that's Brian Michael Bendis.
We'll see. We'll see. You never know. You never know. If they bring back the Ultimate U Peter Parker, I will definitely start picking up Ultimate Spider-Man again. Miles Morales just does not interest me in the slightest.
Same here.
None of the Ultimate books interest me in the slightest anymore. This is the only book that I'm actually enjoying. So, up to you guys, but I'm really loving it. So, that's it for the week of the 27th of June. That's the end of the 4th of July special. I hope you guys enjoyed this special, even though it was pretty brief. I mean, we had a barbecue today and a lot of ink talk going on in the house. So, unfortunately, we didn't have as many videos as I was hoping for. But, as I said, Dark Avenger Day is coming in 2 months. And there will be a lot of videos. There's a lot of time to plan. A lot of things to get. I did revisit the Cap Shield early. So, you guys can enjoy that video. There's this. There's the Avenger log. And maybe one other video I'll shoot before this. There is the Spider-Man Superboy show as well. Say that. So, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this very small celebration. It was last minute. That's the only reason why it was very small. So, let's get through with the comics. Sorry, babe.
Okay.
Spider-Man issue 205. Highly recommend it. I'm loving it. Amazing Spider-Man issue 688. Pretty good. Just in time for the movie, The Lizard. Ironic, I think not. The Mighty Thor issue 16 was pretty good. I leave that up to you guys. Wolverine and The X-Men issue 12 was really good. X-Men Legacy 269.
Great. Pick it up. Awesome.
Amazing Fantasy 15's reprint with Spider-Man. Up to you guys if you guys want to reprint. If you want to wait a while, there might be a contest. Go on Dark Avenger Inc. and subscribe, and you'll see when the contest is being held. Night Owl issue 1, Before Watchmen. My favorite out of all the Before Watchmen books thus far. The Justice League Dark issue 10.
Excellent. Definitely getting the next issue.
And it's not The Justice League. I just said the for some weird reason. Green Lantern New Guardians issue 10 was pretty good. Aquaman issue 10 continues origin stories. Hooray for origin stories. Batman Inc. number 2. Yep, it's there. I'm done with Inc. I'm done with a lot of books from DC, to be quite honest, but you guys will see that in the coming months. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 11, book of the month. Transformers, More Than Meets the Eyes issue 6 was good. Magic the Gathering Spell Thief was good, but not worth the price in my opinion.
With the card.
Manhattan Project, yes, it comes with the card. Manhattan Project issue 4 was awesome. Voltron issue 6 was, I'm probably going to drop this. Lord of the Jungle issue 5 was okay. Star Wars Blood Ties, Boba Fett is Dead issue 3 was really good. And Resident Alien issue 2, the last issue, will be the deciding factor for the next story arc for me. How long do I have?
29, 21.
Okay. See you guys real soon. Subscribe, comment below, love it, favorite if you want to show YouTube you like it. Take care everybody, keep reading, keep collecting. See you guys really soon.
Later guys.
Later.
Bye.